Yes, students, this video in continuation with the things that you already studied about dot product and those numericals. Now, I'm just going to give you some kind of tips about how to solve certain numericals that I gave as a homework. A is equal to 3 I cap plus 2 j cap, and B is equal to I cap minus 2 j cap plus 3 k cap. This is given here. Find modulus of A, that you know how to do it. Modulus of A, magnitude of A, if you want to find out. So you need to find out the square of the values, 3 square plus 2 square, so that you will get an answer here. 9 plus 4, you will get under root of 13. So that's what the answer is here. And B also you can find out the similar way. A plus B, how to find out the addition of two vectors. So this is the A vector, B vector here. If anywhere you have to add, just put I cap, j cap in just one below another and add both of them. Straight away add this one. 3 and plus 1. 4 I cap. And here 2 minus 2. This will become 0 plus 0 j cap. And then here plus 3 k cap. That's all. Now it is asked to find out A plus B, the magnitude. So it is 4 square plus 3 square. What you will get here is 16 plus 9 is equal to 25 under root 5 is the answer. So you will get 5 as the answer here. Similarly, subtraction. When you subtract this 2, A minus B. So this is minus, the sign has to be changed, and then go ahead and do it. So 2 I cap, and here it will be 4 j cap minus 3 k cap. So this is the value. So A minus B, that's magnitude is going to be equal to under root of 4 plus 16 plus 9 under root of 29. You will get under root of 29 here. Next is dot product is asked. Hope you heard out. Try to do this one. I'll quickly do this dot product here. Dot product of these two things, how to do it. So A dot B. A dot B. How would you try to do? A dot B vector is equal to B equal to. So I cap into I cap. So that's what you need to do. So it is only 3. And then j cap into j cap. It is minus 4. There is no k cap here. So there is 0 and 0, so it's not. So you have to just multiply this magnitude of 3 and 1. That's all 3. 2 and minus 2. 4. Minus 4. So it becomes minus 1 is the answer. A dot B is just minus 1 is the answer. That is, it's a very, very simple value. Look at this one. Minus 1 is the answer here. A cross B, it is a next vector product. I will teach you how to do this one. So you will be easily able to understand how it works. Similarly, the sum and difference of two vectors, A vector and B vector, are given as A plus B is given here, A minus B is given here. Find A plus B modulus, magnitude of A plus B. How to find out the magnitude of A plus B? It is pretty easy for you to find out that one. So it is just trying to find out A plus B magnitude is equal to under root of 2 square and plus 6 square. Similarly, A minus B magnitude, how to find out? It is under root of 4 square plus 2 square plus 11 square. You will get the answer. You will get the answer here. The next one is modulus of A. Just modulus of A is asked. So you need to go ahead trying to solve these two equations here. So A plus B, you get here 2 I cap. So you have to write these two things. A plus B, write this whole thing. A minus B, write the whole thing. Add both is 1. B and B will get cancelled. You will get 2A vector. Just add this one. 6 I cap plus 8 j cap minus 10 k cap. So this is the value you will get. So what is A vector is going to be equal to 3i cap plus 4j cap minus 5k cap. This is the value you will get here. So what is the modulus of A? That's what is asked here. So you are asked to find out magnitude of A. So it's going to be equal to 9 plus 16 plus 25. 25 plus 25 under root of 50 you will get. Similarly, if you have got A, then you can substitute A and then get this B also. You will be able to get the B also here. Similarly, if you do it, and then you can do the B modulus yourself. Try yourself, you will be able to do. Then a dot product is there. Then if you got A vector and you get another B vector, and you will be able to get the dot product also. So try yourself. The same A vector, put it here, and then this entire value, it goes to the next side, and you can get B here. So that's easy to find out that way. So entire this one, 3i cap plus 4j cap minus 5k cap plus B equal to this whole thing, and entire thing you take it to the other side. So B you will get as an answer, and you could get the dot product also. So here you get the values here, j dot, the product. So it is just j vector and this one. So j is 1 already, 1 minus 3. The answer is going to be minus 3 is the answer. If you get the, go to the next question. 2i cap minus j cap plus k cap. So you get here, again, if you see this one, so I cap and another I cap, that's all you got to multiply. 6 is the answer. Here also, you can do now how it is. I and I you have to multiply, j and j you need to multiply, just magnitude alone you need to multiply, that's all. Right? Here also same thing. So going to the same thing also, you will get the same kind of an equation here. I'll do one question over here, which is find the angle between these two. So I'll do the first part, then you can do the rest of them. So this is the equation which is here. How to go about is A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. So you are asked to find out the angle between them. So cos theta you need to find out. So cos theta is equal to A dot B divided by the magnitude of A and B. This is magnitude of A and magnitude of B. So calculate the magnitude separately here. So it's going to be equal to 4 plus 1, and here 36 plus 9 plus 4. I'm just doing 36, 9 and 4. So you will get here under root 49, here under root 9, 3, 7. And what is A dot B? You have to calculate only I and I. That's going to be equal to 12, and here minus 6, and here minus 2. So you get here as 4 as the answer. Putting everything together, you will get the answer here. A dot B is equal to 4 upon 3 into 7, 4 by 21. It is cos theta. So theta is going to be equal to 4 by 21 cos inverse of this value. So you get here is 79 is the answer. Same way you need to do it. Find the modulus of A, modulus of B, modulus of B also you find out, and then A dot B you find out. All three you put in this equation, you will get the answer. So this question of question number 16 we'll try to see. Under a force, F vector is equal to 10 I cap minus 3 j cap plus 6 k cap Newton. A body of mass 5 kg is displaced from the position of 6 I cap plus 5 j cap minus 3 k cap meter to a position of 10 I cap minus 2 j cap plus 7 k cap meters. Calculate the work done. Force is given here. distance S1 is given here, S2 is given there. So what we need to find out is the displacement of S2 minus S1 we need to calculate. So 10 minus 6, it's going to be 4 I cap minus 2 and then minus 5. So you will get here minus 7 j cap plus 7 minus of minus 3 is plus 3. So plus 10 k cap. This is distance vector. This is the value here. And force already we know it is 10 I cap minus 3 j cap plus 6 k cap. This is already it is known. Find out the work done is going to be equal to force into distance. So you need to find out the dot product of these two things. 4 and 10. It is going to be equal to 40. These two you add here. That's going to be equal to minus 21. And here this is going to be equal to plus 60. It's not minus, it is going to be plus here because minus and minus. So what do you get here? It's going to be equal to 121 is the work done in joules. What is the answer here? First question, answer 121. 121 is the answer here. Second question, you can easily do it yourself. Force is given here, distance is given here, calculate the work done. You need to find out the work done is going to be equal to same formula for F dot S. When you do the dot product, you will get this answer. Similarly, hope you will be able to do this one. Okay. Third question also, similarly, force is given here and the displacement of a body is given here and displacement is given in 3 meters. Find the power. Find the power is asked. 3 seconds is given here. So finally, find F into D. So finally, find force is equal to F dot D. Work done you will find out. After that, power is going to be equal to work done upon time. So whatever the value you get here divided by 3 seconds, you will get power. So that's also easy. So you do second and third part yourself. Now the next 17th question, you will find all the 3 parts as given here as if this is A vector, this is B vector are perpendicular. Find the value of C. Show that the vectors A vector and B vector are mutually perpendicular. Here also, find the value of M such that this A vector and B vector are perpendicular. All the 3 are perpendicular related questions. So first of all, what is perpendicular? We will try to understand. So if it is A dot B is equal to AB cos 90. If it is cos 90, what happens? Cos 90 is 0. So A dot B, you will get the answer as 0. Whenever you do the dot product and you get 0, that means A and B are perpendicular to each other. So you should get the dot product as 0. Now look at this one. Second part of the question. A is equal to 2 I cap plus 3 j cap minus 2 k cap. I have already written here. B is equal to I cap plus 2 k cap. I have written here. Find out the dot product here. A dot B. It is asked, show that these vectors are mutually perpendicular. Find the dot product, you will get the answer. So 2 into 1. So it is 2. J cap, there is nothing is there, plus 0. K cap minus 1 into 2, plus 2. So it is minus 2. What's the answer? 0. Hence proved. Therefore, since A dot B is equal to 0, therefore A vector is perpendicular to B vector. That's already proved here. Now if you look at this question, I vector plus C j cap, C is a constant, we don't know what is that, plus 5 k cap, 2 I cap plus j cap minus k cap are perpendicular. It is already given it is these two are perpendicular. That means dot products will be 0. Find the value of C. So how to find the value of C here? It is simple. You need to just have the two values and then you need to do the dot product here. So already it has been written here. A vector and B vector is written here. Here A dot B is 0 since A is perpendicular to B. Now we need to find out the value here. I plus 1 plus 2. 1 into 2 is 2. C into J plus C, and this is only 1 here, C into 1 is C, and then minus 5 is equal to 0. So C minus 3 is equal to 0. What is C? Is equal to 3. You can see here answer is C is equal to 3. So the answer is there. In the same way, the third part you can do it yourself. A vector is there, B vector is there. You need to find out A dot B. It is already perpendicular. You need to find out the value of M. There are 3 places M is not there. M is not here, and there is also B also. There is 2 places there is M is given here. When you do it, you will get a quadratic equation. Once you get a quadratic equation, you need to solve the quadratic. You will get the value of M. That's the reason there are 2 answers given here, 2 or minus 1. So it's a quadratic equation you will get. You can solve this one yourself as a homework. So we will do the question number 11 here. If A is equal to B minus C, then determine the angle between vector A and B. So it is asked as find the angle between vector A and vector B. Right, let's write down A vector is equal to B vector minus C vector. What is C is equal to? C vector is equal to, this will go here, B vector minus A vector. Now C vector is equal to B vector minus A vector. I have written twice. These 2 things. Now let us try to do the dot product of these 2. Why do we do that? You will be later on, you will be able to understand why we are doing this dot product of 1 within itself. So whenever you do the dot product of a vector with itself, it will become the square of the magnitude. So that will be quite easy to finally get away with the C vector. So C dot C vector is equal to B minus A dot product of B minus A. Now this will be C square. Now you do this one, it is B square, and you do this one, B and minus A, it is minus B dot A vector, and you do this one, minus A dot B vector, and then minus A and minus A, it will become plus A square. If you see this one, these 2 things, A dot B is equal to B dot A. We already know this one because commutative law, it is equal. So even if you put reverse A dot B, then it is going to be the same. So you get here A square plus B square and A square have combined together, minus 2AB, 2A dot B you get here, that is C square. A dot B, this one you take it to the other side, plus 2A dot B is equal to A square plus B square minus C square. This is going to be equal to 2AB cos theta is equal to A square plus B square minus C square. What is then finally cos theta? Cos theta is equal to A square plus B square minus C square upon 2AB. This is the answer here. So you will get this as the angle of this one. So go ahead and see this question also. So you get here answer is going to be equal to A square plus B square minus C square upon 2AB. That's what we have already got it also. A square plus B square minus C square upon 2AB is, we have got the same answer here. So now we will continue to see the general view what we have been doing. Vector product, which has 2 divisions. One is called scalar product, that's what we did now. It is also called as dot product. What is dot product? When a vector, one vector, another vector is being multiplied with each other, the answer you will get as a scalar. So you will get a scalar value. So C does not have any direction here. That's what we have already seen this one. So it is A dot B is equal to AB cos theta is the value that we got. Now we are going to do the next part of it called vector product. So there is one vector and it has been multiplied with another vector. You will get an answer as also a vector. So it is called as A cross B. So it is also called as cross product. This is called cross product because it is giving a value which is a vector. So it's called vector product. In other words, the representation is cross. So you have an word called cross product given here. And quite similar, you will get A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. Here A cross B will be is equal to AB sin theta. And C cap will be there because there is a magnitude, there is a direction will be there. This is the magnitude, this is the direction will be there. We'll try to find out, we'll try to explain this one and clearly define how it is just now here. So we are here in page number 160 now. You can turn to page number 160 and take a look on this topic, vector product or cross product of two vectors. So by definition, we'll just read the definition here. The vector product of two vectors is defined as the vector having a magnitude equal to the product of the magnitudes of the two vector and the sine angle between them, and having the direction perpendicular to the plane containing the two vectors. So what does it mean by this? So vector product, it seems the words are very clear and we can just pull out the expression from this itself. So A is one vector and it is having the vector product with the B vector here. That is equal to, it is equal to product of magnitude of two vectors. That means A magnitude and B magnitude. These two are multiplied along with the sine angle between them into sine theta. And having the direction perpendicular to the plane of these two things, two vectors, that is called C cap. So this is the whole thing is called the magnitude part of it, and this is the direction part of it. So you get here A cross B is equal to the entire thing is called as C vector, you can say. You get finally a vector quantity. This has a magnitude and it has a direction. Now the thing is, how does the direction take place? The direction takes place in a way it is perpendicular to the plane of both as one. Suppose this is the whole plane where A vector is acting here, this is A vector, and B vector is acting here and it has an angle here. Now this is the entire plane, so we have kept one vector here and another vector here and it is having an angle here. This will be the direction perpendicular to the direction of the plane. So it will be just perpendicular to the direction of this whole plane. This will be C vector. What is C vector? It is equal to A cross B. This will be the way in which the direction will take place. Wherever it is, if A vector and B vector is there, it will be exactly perpendicular. Now if you look at the diagram also, A vector is here, B vector is here. It is having an angle between them and it is having a kind of a straight diagram is given here. It is given by a screw rule, right hand screw rule. If you try to twist, if you try to rotate the screw and then tighten it from here, from A towards B, the angle is going from A towards B, A cross B. So from A towards B, if you tighten the screw, it goes upwards. So that is the reason it is giving us a value like this. A cross B is going to be like this. If you try to loosen the screw, B cross A, if you put the value as B cross A, you will be loosening the screw will be coming downwards. Then this same value B and this is A vector, if this is the direction, then it will be going to be downward direction. That is called B cross A. So you get here a right hand screw rule. In this rotation, when you keep anti-clockwise, then you will get that upward direction, downward direction also B cross A will be there. So this will be the direction of this one. So it's exactly perpendicular to the plane of the two vectors, A vector and B vector, exactly perpendicular to the plane of the vector. This is called plane of the vector, and this is called the direction of this one. Hope you are able to clear with this one. Direction makes it more complex. This is simple. Magnitude of A, magnitude of B, and sine theta. That's simple. That's what the dot product was. It is just A, B, cos theta. But here direction makes it a little complex to find which direction it takes place. Let us go on to see the geometrical representation. A vector is this one, B vector is here like this. How does it apply in a geometrical way? So it is already told it is going to be equal to A vector, the product of A vector, there is a magnitude of A vector, and the perpendicular component of B vector. If this is B vector here, what is the perpendicular component of B vector? It is going to be B sine theta. So A, the product of magnitude of A and the perpendicular component of B sine theta, that's called cross product. So if you look at the perpendicular component, it is B sine theta here like this. So if you look at, this is P and this is Q and this is N, we can calculate this one, we can make this whole thing as a parallelogram here. Now if this is a parallelogram, what is A vector? A vector is going to be equal to PQ. What is B sine theta? That is going to be called as Bn. So if you look at PQ, it is a base of this one, and this is a perpendicular value of this parallelogram. So this will talk something about the formula which is related to the parallelogram. Have you seen this one? Base into perpendicular distance. Base into perpendicular distance is called area of parallelogram. That is A cross B. So A cross B is going to be equal to area of the parallelogram. That is called geometrical representation. We just took this cross product and we are able to fix this one right here. If you know A vector and if you know B vector, you find just the area enclosed in this one. You will get the magnitude of the value here. The magnitude is here, going to be here. Direction already we know. Direction will be perpendicular to this plane. So it is going to be, if this is the value, it is going to be perpendicular to the plane of this one. But that's going to be the magnitude. A cross B is equal to area of parallelogram. That you should know very clearly. So now we will come to the examples of cross product. There are a few examples which is there in the physics. So if you look at the value of torque is already, we know this formula. Torque is going to be equal to force into perpendicular distance, that is R cross F. The displacement, the radius is also a vector, the perpendicular distance is a vector quantity, and force is also a vector quantity. These two things, you will also give rise to torque, which is a vector quantity. So the first example which is there is torque is going to be equal to R vector cross F vector. So R is the position vector, R is the position vector, F is the force, which is the vector quantity. Both of them, when they are multiplied, you will get an answer which is torque. Torque is not just a magnitude, it has a direction also. Torque is a vector quantity. So you get here as a cross product which is here. Similarly, you can also see the angular momentum. So angular momentum, which will be the product of linear momentum into the position vector, that is the distance. So R cross P. P is the linear momentum. We know this one momentum has a direction here, and then this is the position vector, this is the distance. That is equal to angular momentum, it is L vector. Angular momentum is L vector. You get this also a second example here. Third example also we can have. Example number 3. That is angular velocity and cross product of radius vector, which is velocity itself. V is equal to omega into R. This is angular velocity. This is radius vector, and this is velocity, and it is a cross product. These are three examples that you can refer. Later on we will be studying this one. You will understand what these things much clearly when the actual thing comes in physics. So now we will go through the properties of vectors. Properties of vector product. Please take this one down, the properties. Now first property is the vector product is not commutative. In other words, it is also written as vector product is anti-commutative. What is anti-commutative? That means A cross B is equal to B cross A in a negative format. There will be a minus sign. A cross B is not equal to B cross A, it is negative. How we can say it is negative? Already we saw this one. When you have an angle here, as A is a value here and B is another vector here, and you have an angle here theta. When you have an angle here, so A cross B vector is going to be equal to AB sine theta. So AB sine theta is a magnitude. So it is going here from here to here. Since it is going to from here to here, we already saw the screw rule. The screw rule says when you have this way, so you have to rotate in this direction because it is going in the same direction. So the screw will go up. So you get here up as a direction here as a C cap. Now the next value, if it is B cross A, what is B cross A? So similarly, this is A vector and this is B vector, but you are going to come in the opposite direction of theta. So when it's the opposite direction of theta, this screw will be coming down. So the screw has to come down. It is be rotated in this direction. That means the screw will be unscrewed. It will be coming down. So if it is coming down in the direction will be in this direction. That is called D cap. So it is going to be AB sine theta into D cap. D cap is opposite direction. So A cross B, it is equal to minus of B cross A, since C cap and D cap are opposite. Rest everything is same. AB sin theta is same. Only C cap and D cap is opposite in direction. So it has to come as negative. So because of the direction wise, it becomes anti-commutative. Whereas a dot product A dot B is equal to B dot A because it is just a magnitude. So it doesn't have any problem. But here, because of direction, it has an anti-commutative rule which applies here. Yeah, the same thing you can read from the book also. A cross B is not equal to B cross A. So you will get A cross B and B cross A, n vector, n cap is given here. And then you will get this proof which has been given here as not equal to sign or minus sign is given here. Second property we will go ahead. Vector product is distributive. What does distributive means? In addition, A cross B plus A cross C, you can do it. A plus A cross B plus A cross C. That is called distributive. So vector addition can be distributive. So that is the second property. Third property. The magnitude of vector product of two vectors mutually at right angles is equal to the product of the magnitude of the vectors. So it means A cross B is equal to AB sine theta. Now what does it mean by that? Right angles is given here. That means theta is going to be equal to 90 degrees. When theta is going to be equal to 90 degrees, it will become AB sine 90. When AB sine 90 is, the value is 1. So A cross B, you will get is equal to only AB. That's what is given here. It's given here is the magnitude of the vector product magnitude, this magnitude of two vectors mutually perpendicular to each other, if it is mutually perpendicular right angles to each other, is equal to the product of the magnitude of the vectors. So that means just A into B. So this is the value. If this is perpendicular right angles means what does it mean for the parallel ones? So this is A vector and this is B vector means then it is going to be just product of A and B. So what happens to the parallel one? If this is A vector and this is B vector, what will happen? What will happen? So that is the next property here. Look at the next property. The vector product of two parallel vectors is null vector. So if A and B is going to be equal to 0. So you have A vector A, B sine theta A cross B is equal to A, B sine 0. What is sine 0? Is 0 itself. So A cross B, for a null it will be the angle which is 0 means it is going to be 0, that is called null vector. This is called null vector. So a vector product of two parallel vectors is null vector because angle will be 0 here. So it's written here as 0 vector. Next property, fifth property, write down as also the vector product of a vector by itself is a null vector. So what does it mean by that? Vector product by itself. So the vector product of vector by itself is a null vector. How it is it? A vector if you take and cross product with the same A vector itself, A cross A. So this is A vector. Put another vector here also. It is called another A vector here. So the angle between them is 0. So A into A sine 0. Sine 0 is already 0. So the entire thing will become equal to 0. So A cross A will become equal to a null vector. So you get a vector product of a vector by itself is a null vector. It is going to be definitely going to be equal to 0 here. So the last property is the vector product of unit orthogonal vectors I cap, j cap and k cap have the following relationship. So what is I cap, j cap and k cap? We should know this one. We already studied in the last class. So this is the x-axis. We call it as I cap. The direction is I cap. The y-axis, the direction is j cap. And k cap is the direction of z-axis. So whenever we say the direction, only I, j, k, only we say it is called a unit vector. The magnitude is 1. Direction is same as that of x-axis. Here the direction is of y-axis and z-axis here. Now, if you find this one going to have I cap and j cap, what will happen? When you try to multiply the I cap and j cap, what will happen? If you want to multiply j cap cross product of k cap, what will happen? If it is going to be, the next one is k cap and cross product of I cap, what will happen? Now it is quite obvious to see from here itself. This is 1. Here also it is 1. Okay, 1 is the magnitude. 1 is the magnitude and direction is j cap. So 1 into sine I cap and j cap, what is the angle? 90 degrees sine 90. And you get c cap is the direction. What is the direction here? 1 and 1 sine 90 is also 1. This entire value will become 1 itself. What is the c cap direction? I and j, if it is here, the c cap direction is towards the k cap. This direction is going to be there, perpendicular, because it is going from here to here. Whenever you go from here to here, you will get this direction. So instead of c cap, you can write it as k cap. So what is the value here? So I cross j is going to be equal to k cap. Similarly, j and k, 1 into sine 90 and j and k will become I cap will be there. So what is the value here, which implies j cross k is equal to I cap? K cross I here. The k cross I, if you do it, then it is going to be equal to j cap. So it is I cross j, j cross k, and k cross I. So it's going to be equal to k cap, this is going to be equal to I cap, here is going to be equal to j cap. This is the way it will come. In another side, if you wanted to write down as what is I cross I, that will be 0. J cross j will be equal to 0. K cross k also will become equal to 0. Why it will become 0? Because it has angle going to be 0 degrees. When angle is 0, 1 into 1 into 0, then it will become 0 here, it completely will become 0 here. So that's the way this will become. So you get here A and B part, A and B part, here all of them it's given here, and B also it's given here, this similar thing it will become 0. Now the next thing is, if it is J cross K is there, J cross I is there, what will become? It will become minus K. And if it is going to be K cross J is there, it will be minus I. So it will be also become a reverse quantity also, it can be possible here. There is a reverse possibility is also there in this one. Yeah, the last part of this one, we have to determine the vector product. These are all the representation properties we have seen, examples we have seen. How do you determine the final value of a vector product? How do you find A cross B? So A vector is equal to AX I cap, AY j cap, and AZ k cap. Similarly, B vector is equal to BX, BY, and BZ I, J, and K. How it is represented is A cross B is going to be equal to, it is to be put as a determinant. What is determinant is, two parallel lines you need to put and write here I, J, and K. Under this one, the next row, you need to write the values, the magnitude of the values of the A vector. What is the A vector having? This is the magnitude of AX. Under this one, magnitude of A, the J cap, and magnitude of K cap. Similarly, the third row, it is BX, BY, and BZ. Three things has to be written here, and then a calculation has to be done, then you will get an answer. Similarly, if you are going to find out for this particular vector equation, you already know this vector equation, 3i cap minus 4j cap plus 5k cap, minus 2i cap minus j cap minus 3k cap. How to write this one? Writing this one is I cap, j cap, and k cap. After writing this, so write this one as 3 minus 4 plus 5 minus 2 minus 1 minus 3. This is the way to write down. Second value, it has been written here. First value has been written here. Now how to determine the value of A cross B? So A cross B is equal to, first of all, you put only I value here. And now the I value, under this I value, this one, you need to just hide this one. Just hide the value underneath this one. You need to hide it. So once you've hidden this one, what is the next value which is here? Minus 4 and minus 3, cross multiply this and cross multiply this. You will get the next value here. So once you have hidden this one, minus 4 and minus 3, multiply this side first of all. Multiply this side first of all. That is going to be minus 4 and minus 3 is going to be equal to 12. So you get here as 12. And then before multiplying the next one, you need to put a minus sign between and then multiply here. Minus 1 and 5 will become it is going to be equal to minus 5. Already there is a minus sign, so it will become equal to plus 5. So that is the way in which it is there. You are going to be multiplying these two minus of the other multiplication. So that's the first way to do it. Then the next one is, if you want to make the j cap, for the j cap, then hide this one underneath. Just underneath the j cap, whatever the numbers are there, you hide this one. But remember, whenever you do the j cap one, j cap automatically comes as a negative value, negative j cap only it comes. This is the way in which the formula works. So if the j cap itself is a negative value, now we put here in this one. So what you need to multiply is 3 and minus 3 into multiply. So 3 and minus 3 you multiply, so it becomes minus 9. And then minus 2 and plus 5 has to be multiplied. This one has to first of all cross multiply this and then go ahead this. It is going to be equal to here minus, already it will be there, in minus 10 it will become plus 10. The next one is plus k cap. What is plus k cap? So hide this one and then cross multiply this two. So cross multiply, you get here minus 3 and then minus, already immediately it should come, and then this 2 is going to be 8, so it's going to be minus 8, because minus 2 and minus 4 is going to be equal to plus 8, and it is going to be, already another minus sign is there, so it becomes 17 I cap minus, how much it is, 19, it is going to be plus 19 j cap, and here it's going to be minus 11 k cap. So that is A cross B. So how do you find out the A cross B is, you will finally land up with another vector. A vector was this one, B vector was this one. What is the final product? A cross B you get here, you get into another vector here, that is the C vector. You will get one more vector here. That's the reason the whole process of the whole thing, it becomes a little complex, because you have to find out another vector which is going to be coming back here. So we'll do one more question which will be a little more similar to the same thing. You will get one more idea about how to do this calculation of finding out the vector product. Yeah, let us try this question. A vector is given here, B vector is given here. A cross B you need to find out. Put the determinant symbol. Determinant symbol is a two parallel lines like this, and you're going to have three rows, row 1, row 2 and row 3. First row is I, J and K. The direction of this one, it has to be put. Direction is x-axis, direction of y-axis, direction of z-axis. So the magnitude has to be put down for the first value. What is the magnitude? 3 is the magnitude. Magnitude here is minus 1. This one is plus 2. And the third row is magnitude of the second vector. 2 minus 2, 4. 2 minus 2, 4 has been put here. Then we need to calculate now. Once you calculate, you need to again put this value, hide this value one by one, and then do it. So A cross B is equal to I cap into, the next one is minus J cap into plus K cap into. So I, J and K automatically will come as a basic parameter. What is the magnitude is one, you need to calculate here. So how to calculate the magnitude here? So the magnitude is calculated like this. I cap, you hide this one. So this is going to be cross multiplied. First of all, minus 1 and 4, it's going to be minus 4. Immediately you put a minus sign, because after this multiplication, next multiplication it goes, you need to put a minus sign. And then you multiply these two, it will be minus 4. Minus 4, already there is a minus sign, so it will become plus 4. The next one, you go ahead and do this particular thing. J cap, 3 and 4, it's going to be equal to 12. And then minus, immediately you put here, 2 and 2 will become 4. The next one, similarly, hide this one. Now 3 and 2 will become minus 6. Minus 2 and 1 will become plus 2. So now let us quickly see whether we have done everything correctly. So it becomes here minus 4, and then this 2 is also minus 4, but then already on the minus is there, it will become 4. This 4 will get cancelled, so it will become 0 I cap minus. So here this and this 12, and this 4. So it becomes minus 8 j cap plus, and now here this 2 minus 6, and this 2, it will become 2 minus 2, and then it will be already minus and minus, it will become plus, so it become minus 4 k cap. So what is A cross B here? A cross B, finally it is going to be equal to minus 8j cap minus 4k cap is A cross B. That is the answer here. So you get this as well as a full vector here. That will be the answer. If you want to find out the magnitude of A cross B, find the magnitude here. Then it is under root of 64 plus 16. So you get here the value is going to be 80 under root you will get. That's the magnitude under root. Alright children, thank you. So you have an idea about vector product, and we'll do some numericals based on vector product in the next class. Thank you so much.